Before we move on from apostrophes, there's one more lesson that I'd like to take you through, and it concerns what is a really common mistake in the English language, and that is when to use the word it's without an apostrophe and when to use the word it's with an apostrophe. When you use the word it's with an apostrophe, you're using it to form a contraction. That is, you're using it when you collapse or contract more than one word to form a new word. For example, if you were to take the words it is and collapse or contract them, you get the word it's. And in this case, our little apostrophe is indicating that there is a letter missing, the letter I. If you were to take the two words it has and contract or collapse those two words into the single word it's with an apostrophe, the apostrophe in this case is indicating to the reader that there are some letters missing, and in this case they are HA. It has, as in it's been a lovely day today. When you're using it's in this form without an apostrophe, you're using it to indicate possession. So you're using the word it's as a possessive pronoun or a possessive determiner. Now, don't worry too much about those terms, as long as you understand that you're using it to indicate possession. And what I mean by that is, if we were to have a sentence like, it had a life of its own, this sentence doesn't work if you apply this rule. It had a life of it is own, or it had a life of it has own, doesn't work. In this case, it's is being used as a possessive pronoun, no apostrophe. If you were to have a sentence like, the dog chewed its bone. Again, when you think of this rule, it wouldn't work here. The dog chewed it is bone doesn't make sense. The dog chewed it has bone doesn't make sense. So no apostrophe, because we're not using it in this sense. In this case, we're using it as a possessive determiner, determining who has ownership of this thing. The bone belongs to the dog in this case. The reason that this can be a bit confusing is because in a previous lesson I told you that apostrophes could be used to actually indicate possession, whereas in this rule the apostrophe is used when there is no possession and the version of the word without an apostrophe is used to indicate possession. And that is confusing. For example, if we can have something like the cat's bowl, why can't we have its bowl with an apostrophe? If we can have the clock's face, why can't we have its face with an apostrophe? Well, this is incorrect, and this is incorrect. And the reason is because it's, in this case, is being used as a possessive word, either a possessive pronoun or a possessive determiner, used to indicate possession. If you think of other possessive pronouns, like theirs, ours, or hers, this might help you to understand the rule. You would say, those things over there are theirs, indicating possession with no apostrophe. These things are ours, indicating we have possession of them, no apostrophe. That one over there is hers, indicating possession of that thing by her, but no apostrophe. So when you think of it that way, then it's really belongs in this group here. You really just have to remember the rule, but I think the easiest way to remember it is to remember this rule. The apostrophe is telling the reader that some letters have been left out. So if letters have not been left out, then you're looking at this form of the word its. Hopefully that will help you clarify when to use its with an apostrophe and when to use its without an apostrophe. Thank you.